First of all, many congratulations, Her Excellency. It's really Doordarshan's honor to have you with us this evening. To begin with, what does this award really mean to you? What does this really signify? Because we remember when you opened your speech, you drew huge applause with the mere mention of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the first woman Prime Minister, and the award goes to you, the first elected head of the African state.
Well, as I said, it means so much to me. It means a lot to the women of Liberia, the women of Africa, I dare say the women of the world, because it represents a woman who herself had her footprints in history, one who provided effective leadership for her country, who paid the ultimate price for the things she stood for the principles by which she lived, and for her love and commitment to her people and her country. And so I'm just proud to be a part of that history in this very small way.
Well, you have certainly made history in many ways, especially when you talked about Mahatma Gandhi as a global icon and the way he has shaped many destinies. Of course, here in India, the influences that you mentioned, especially when you talked about him as the African Indian.
Mahatma Gandhi not only inspired me, he inspired generations in this world. He was the godfather and grandfather of love, of compassion, of peaceful processes in promoting democracy. His life has been emulated by so many of the other icons of this world, whether you're dealing with Martin Luther King or Nelson Mandela. Yes. They all follow his footsteps. And as I say, we truly see him as an African because he lived in Africa, in South Africa, and started the movement that ultimately led to the end of apartheid.
All right. Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh did mention that India shares a very special relationship with Africa, which is driven by emotions. And of course, you also talked about the fact that how two countries are so closely knit, and especially Liberia, our role there in peacekeeping missions.
I do believe so. In a way, we already have a relationship because Indian businessmen, Indian teachers, Indian health service workers, doctors, and have worked in our country, have supported our institutions. Our trade with India has been there, but this visit is going to now lead, as you said, to a much higher plane because the relationship will be strengthened.
And a final word on India as an emerging superpower. Anything on that, especially coming together of the world's largest democracy and the smallest democracy in that context?
India is an emerging superpower. India today has all that it takes to be a superpower, whether you're dealing with the grassroots things like rural agriculture, or whether you're dealing with the high scientific things, like a nuclear power plant. India has traversed all of that. Mm-hmm. Liberia is still small. We have things to offer too. We have our rich experience of being able to come out of conflict and to move towards success. I believe that what we stand for in Africa also compares with what India stands for when it comes to democracy, promotion of human rights, the basic freedoms that are allowed. I hope that we can use the Indian example of big superpower reaching down to a small power, and together we can work toward making our world a safer place for all mankind.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for talking to DD News. Thank you.